Hi everyone, my name is Khaled Al-Sadiq and I'd like to give a brief presentation on my Capstone, which is on a Muslim news outlet founded by college students. So for my Capstone, I decided to start a news outlet called Islamic. It's a news outlet that mostly caters to a Muslim audience, specifically an American Muslim audience, and this presentation will dive into my motivation for doing so, as well as my role in this news outlet. So, what is Islamic? Well, Islamic is the news outlet that I myself and others co-founded. We're a group of college students, but we also have some pretty tech-savvy young professionals, and we all decided to start a Muslim-focused, Muslim-centric news outlet. We launched our website in August 2024, and I'm happy to say that with our hard work, we've gained over 200,000 followers on Instagram. As far as our coverage and our reporting, we will cover virtually every aspect of Muslim news worldwide, not only globally, but also domestically in the United States. And it doesn't matter if something happens to a Muslim in Maryland, California, Florida, or in Indonesia, Russia, Mali, what have you, we will try our best to report on it and to give an accurate representation as unbiased as possible for our viewers. And our viewers are mostly American Muslims, but we'd like to broaden to a more Western Muslim audience, not just American Muslims, but also Muslims in Europe. So, why was Islamic founded? I already explained in the previous slide that Islamic was founded by a group of college Muslim students, young professionals, but we were all dissatisfied with the mainstream American media coverage, not just America, but also European media coverage of Gaza and the developments in the Middle East post October 7th. I myself, as a college journalism student, learned in my first year of learning journalism that the most important, or one of the most important aspects of journalism, or high quality journalism, is that the reporting with whatever a journalist is going to report on has to be as unbiased as possible. And in my opinion, as well as the opinion of many Arabs but also Muslims, is that Western media news outlets have not been covering the developments in Gaza and the unfortunate atrocities in Gaza as unbiased as possible. If you look at some of the headlines of some of these news outlets or some of the anchors or journalists, what they're saying, their commentary on events in Gaza, it's quite skewed towards one side. And in the journalism world, that is quite problematic. Thus, Islamic was founded to give Muslims a bigger voice in news media. Like I said, we report on Muslim news globally as well as Muslim news in the United States. It could be something like a mosque being founded or um, some cool things that Muslims are doing in the United States, which we actually have covered and we will continue to be covering and do feature stories on some cool things that Muslims are doing. But we report on everything that pertains to Muslims in the world. So, what is my role in this news outlet? Well, I'm co-founder and editor-in-chief of Islamic. My job and my role in this news outlet entails lots of things. One of them is I assign and edit intern stories. We have a group of interns who work with us on roughly between 6 months to a year. We have a contract. I actually give out internships to Muslim college students from around the country. We all work remotely, so that's pretty good. I also write stories. I report on lots of the similar things that our interns report on, but I also work with the social media team and help create and design our Instagram posts. Most of our work on social media is on Instagram. That's where we have most of our followers and most of our views come from Instagram as well. So we try to make our posts to attract a bigger audience, to gain more followers, all that good stuff, more engagement on social media. I also acquire sources and I have lots of anonymous meetings with government officials, CEOs, influencers. I actually frequent to Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, almost uh, every week, sometimes even twice a week. I also conduct weekly sync meetings with the Islamic core team. We like to call ourselves the core team, but we're all just the co-founders of the news outlet, and we try to brainstorm and grow Islamic every week. So to give a little overview of my role at Islamic and the type of work that I do, not only do I try to write stories, but I also try to promote Islamic. I have lots of meetings with different people, but I also try to interview some of these people for potential stories. Some of the people I've interviewed are pro-Palestinian student protesters, influencers, both Palestinian and Israeli professors and historians. I also interview founders of Christian and Jewish organizations. I've also met diplomats, government aides, lobbyists. Some of the stories have sort of a Watergate feel to it, and that is because I have had some anonymous meetings with government officials, both for the United States and out of the United States. So here are three articles that I've written for Islamic, the most recent one being the one regarding Pope Francis, who passed away hours after giving his Easter Sunday address. You may or may not know this, but he actually called for a ceasefire in Gaza while giving that speech. But here are three articles that I've written, and you can find many different articles that I wrote for Islamic on our website, which is at islamic.com. So, where is Islamic today and where will it go? Currently, we're trying to get a sponsor to pay us monthly so that we can expand our team, so that we can all work full time, all the founders, and so that we can really grow Islamic and make it a global news outlet that all Muslims will respect and trust as their main source for news. And we're planning a daily newsletter with the most vital news of the day. We're thinking about having roughly 3 bite-sized news briefs in this newsletter. We're also planning on having a future podcast and a broadcast channel. We want to try to have anchors, make it look like CNN broadcasting or Fox News broadcasting, Al Jazeera broadcasting, things like that. We currently all work remotely, but we do want to have an office and we really want this to be a legitimate news outlet and we want to treat it as such. And we're all working hard to do so. So thank you very much for learning about my capstone. And I hope that when you come to Shepherd, or if you're already a Shepherd student and you don't know what to do for your capstone, um, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just try to do what interests you, and your faculty will help you out just like how they helped me making this capstone. Thank you very much. Take care.